How y'all feeling today? How your pH? Hi, it's your girl Raven with pH Balance Podcast, and today I have the lovely Miss Bri with us.
Hi, Ray.
Hi, this is Bri's first time on the podcast, so we gotta clap for that because this is a celebration. So, Bri, we're toasting to your first time on my podcast.
Yes, toast.
And guys, we are sipping a little hood margarita from Food Lion. Don't sleep on this if y'all want to try it, because this got a little kick to it. I learned about this in my nail salon.
It was good.
Honey, I be lit in the nail salon. Just
We love a good nail salon drink,
be
right?
in there drunk.
Girl, you look.
Don't get drunk in the nail salon,
It costs
y'all.
yeah.
I deserve it. How much money I
Yes,
spend
we
in the nail
deserve.
salon.
We deserve, for sure.
So I wanted to have Bri on my podcast because, as you guys know, pH Balance Podcast is all about bringing your peace and happiness. And I feel like Bri brings a lot of peace and happiness to our community. She is a girl's girl, you know, and I really love that about her. So before we get started and to tell you more about Bri, I gotta ask you, Bri, how's your peace and happiness today?
Today, my peace and happiness is amazing. Now, this year, your girl's peace and happiness has been up and down, you know.
Yes.
But it's all about bringing everything back to balance. That's what this life is about. So,
Amen.
I welcome it all.
Yes. So, like I said, Bri, I wanted her on the podcast today because Bri's the ultimate girl's girl. She is always having events. I met her from one of her events that she had when I first started my boutique a few years ago. My boutique in limbo right now, but I'm thinking about getting it back started.
That's
you know,
okay.
life be lifing sometimes.
Absolutely.
But when I first started, it was a great thing. I went to one of Bri's pop-up events. It was so beautiful. It was so many women with different, it was men there too, but it was so many women with their businesses, whether it was they baked or cooked or whatever, had boutiques like me. Maybe they sold press-on nails. Maybe they sold hair. It was just so many women in the community with different things. And it was just so beautiful to have so many women, so many people show up and support them and purchase and learn about their business. And it was really positive. And me myself, I've had one pop-up event.
Okay.
And it was so stressful that I never did it again. But Bri always having events all the time in Charlotte, which I commend you for that, because
Thank you.
having pop-up shops sometimes could be really stressful.
It
like,
can be.
it's a
It can.
stigma around women and us supporting each other and us clapping for each other, especially when you have a business that someone else has.
Absolutely.
And us being imperfect and you know, jealousy being something that may creep up on you when you don't even realize it, or you're not even aware that it's something that is affecting you or your personality. And you know, you might start something and your friend might be starting the same thing, and you like, girl, you stealing my idea.
Who told you to do that?
Who told you to do that? But you got to realize that it's enough room for all of us.
All of us, absolutely.
It's a billion people in this world.
Yes, you cannot service everybody.
Right.
You cannot.
So, Bri, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started and what motivated you and what made you want to be a girl's girl. Have you always been this way?
Yes, I will say I've always been a girl's girl. Again, I coined myself as that. I'll shout it to the rooftop. Like, I am the ultimate girl's girl, and I will likely always be. So my journey started in healthcare. I think we both realized that we're both natives of Charlotte.
Yes.
West Side Charlotte.
West Side. I'm a West
Shout
Side
out
to
West
East Side. So I got to give my East Side a little recognition, but I am a West Side girl.
Okay.
Yes.
So, you know, we grew up in underserved communities, and I've always wanted to be the one to give back and always the one to want to make it out because, again, I have a lot of family that didn't. So, you know, it's always society's stance that, you know, you're always going to be a product of your environment.
Right.
So I always wanted to be different.
Right.
And thank God I made it out.
Right.
All thanks to God
Yes,
for
all
that.
thanks.
Yes, that's where it starts. So I've been a registered nurse for 11 years now. And my passion has always been to help another person, to always see a positive outcome in the end.
Right.
And what we do know, unfortunately, is with healthcare, that doesn't always happen.
Right.
So I think my passion for beauty kind of started in college. Went to San Diego State University. Shout out. I started in 2004. I met some of my very, very best friends there. So I love my HBCU experience.
Right.
But, you know, I was always the friend to do the makeup, and I wasn't doing makeup for real. I was doing roller sets in college, doing a little makeup. So all my friends would come to me like, "Oh, Bri, do my eyes."
So you was doing a little
eyes?
everything.
Yeah, well, I was doing a little everything. I was. So I started with eye makeup. You know, we would have all types of shadow just on our eyes and maybe some clear lip gloss. Looking quite crazy.
Ooh.
But
did you do the little makeup that had like the line between the color, pink right here and blue right here?
Yes.
And the little white line.
Yeah. The white line. What? With the little white wing.
Girl, we had the white one. We tell her how old we are.
Absolutely craziness. Yes. But that's how I started.
Right.
And, you know, the passion grew greater where, okay, I was craving to learn more. So started with YouTube University, you know. Just
shout out to YouTube.
YouTube going to teach you some things. Okay, as long as you're willing to learn, you're going to learn.
Right.
So then, of course, I wanted to take it more serious, and I started taking more professional makeup classes.
Okay.
So fast forward to that, I started doing makeup while I was still in school to finish up my nursing. And then I eventually graduated. Found a decent job doing nursing, but I'm like, okay, now I think beauty is more my passion than nursing. Started with the beauty industry some more, dug into lash extensions. Then I eventually got my first studio. After that, I learned brows, I learned microblading. So then I'm like, okay, I'm growing, I need another space. So that transitioned to my current space, Bloom Beauty Lounge.
Okay.
And we offer everything, all things beauty, from makeup services to lash extensions to brows. We have hairstylists that do all types of hair services, extensions, natural hair, healthy hair services. We have a nail technician in the studio, and we also have a full service esthetician that focuses on full body waxing.
Okay.
So we are the ultimate one-stop shop for all things beauty.
Yes.
Shout out to Bloom Beauty Lounge.
Yes.
We're amazing.
I want to definitely highlight all businesses in Charlotte.
Yes.
So anyone who's, you know, maybe starting a business or has a business that they want to come on the podcast and share like Bri, you're more than welcome. I welcome that. And Bri, when you first started your business, I know that, you know, you wanted to make it out. You wanted to be different. You came from, everybody know the West Side.
Yes.
You know, it's a little rough. You know, it's a little rough over there, you know, but it makes you who you are.
Absolutely.
And when you first started your business, would you say helped you? Was it support from your family? Was it support from your friends? Or was it just the motivation that you had within yourself that helped you become who you are and help you along your journey?
Absolutely. That's a great question, Raven. I think a lot of it is for sure motivation from the people around you. That's why your circle is so important.
Right.
If you don't have the right people around you, you will not grow, because guess what? I've doubted myself so many times.
Right.
I thought, like, this doesn't work for me. I can't do this. Nobody's going to want to support me. Nobody's going to want to buy this from me. Who's going to want to spend their money with me?
Right.
But it was the people around me that motivated me to keep going. The people cheering from you from the background, strangers even coming up to you like, "Oh, are you dolled up by Bri?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." Like, how you know me?
Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh, I look up to you. You're doing so many great things." And never know, I might have just had a breakdown the first 2 days of the week just because I'm thinking like, I don't know what to do next.
Right.
So it was really support from my community, because depending on yourself sometimes is not enough.
But you know, that's kind of what life is about. Like, I feel like every day, like especially as women, like sometimes you just wake up and you maybe have accomplished a lot of things in your life. I know myself, like I feel like at 34, I just turned 34. I'm like, you know, I feel like I should have been here. I should have did that. Or
absolutely.
I, you know, and you always looking for something, but sometimes you just need to sit back and realize like, you all right though. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And like, I think so many people get caught up on social media, you know, looking at other people's lives, but they don't realize people on social media can make you think they do anything. I can act like I'm a doctor today and put on a coat and say Dr. Withers. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, for sure.
Sometimes being okay with who you are, and like you said, having positive people around you that help motivate you to become who you are, helps you get ahead in life. But also being okay with where you at, because
I was just thinking transparency, being transparent, because you never know how your story can motivate someone else, or even how your story can help you move ahead, because someone's already experienced, and you don't necessarily have to go through all the hard challenges and trials, because you got somebody within your community to say, hey, I heard you verbalize this. I help with that. I can help you with that.
Right. So let me ask you this, because I don't want to keep you too long. Okay. What advice would you give yourself about, finding who you are? That would have helped you get to where you are now, maybe faster, or to even be okay with who you are right now. Because when I look at you, I think you're wonderful. You're a nurse. A lot of people, that's an accomplished a lot of people don't even get to make. I think it takes a lot of smarts to even become a nurse, Then you wanted to transfer or grow into the beauty industry, doing lashes. And some people, like I've had, me being a esthetician, I've had a woman who was a educated college graduate, and she kind of put down women of service profession. She was like she was talking to me about something. She was like, she's a hairstylist. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe because she's a hairstylist and she didn't get her education at a 4-year college to get a degree. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, they feel like they aren't where they need to be in life, but I think sometimes learning to sit with yourself and not comparing yourself to anyone, but looking at things around you.
Absolutely.
So what kind of advice would you say you would give the younger you that even someone younger might listen and be like, I should take heed to that?
I would say it's pretty simple. Like, don't be afraid to start, and then also don't be afraid to quit. Some people look at quitting as failure, as, oh, you're just giving up. Oh, like, you got to keep going and keep going and keep going. And when I say don't be afraid to quit, is because sometimes we can hold on to things that are not meaningful to us anymore, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job or career, or even a venture that's, may not be for us. Sometimes it's just not for us right now.
Right.
Or that relationship, it served its course.
Right.
And I felt like many, many years I held on to a lot of broken things in my life that made me stagnant, like more so a 18-year relationship I held on that gave me so many red flags, but I'm like, I want my family to work. I just want it to be right. I want to prove that I'm this person. I want them to see the great person that everybody else around me tells me I am. But sometimes you got to be okay with letting go, so you can be who God wants you to be. For sure. So I say that, like, don't be afraid to try things, give it your all, and guess what? If it's not working, try something else. It's okay. Don't waste time trying to fix a broken record. Like,
I love that. So that can tie into, like she said, relationships. That can tie into, like, your parents could be pushing you to, go to school to be a doctor, but you just don't want to be a doctor. You might want to be a recording artist or something. Anything. But
anything.
Yeah, I like that. So, don't be afraid to start, and don't be afraid to quit.
Yeah. So too many people like tie quitting into failure.
Right.
And no, it doesn't mean failure. It just, may not be right now. It may not be for you right now.
I like that. That's a positive message. Keep going. I like that. That's what it's all about. So, Bri, thank you so much for coming on pH Balance Podcast. And shout out your business one more time. Y'all check out Bri on Instagram. Give all your socials.
So the first business I talked about was Bloom Beauty Lounge. That's where we do all things beauty, makeup, lashes, hair, waxing, all of the girly girl things. And one of my newest ventures that, I've been working at for a couple of years now, again, that trial and error, that pH balance, has been up and down. Again, my first love was nursing. It turned into beauty and beauty from there, but then I reconnected it with my current business, Lux Hydration, and it is a health and wellness business where we focus on creating that beauty and wellness from the inside out.
Right.
And what we do, we focus on IV hydration and vitamin therapies, as well as weight management. And what my hash line for that is making wellness a regimen, not a last resort.
Yes.
Because a lot of times when we don't focus on our health and wellness, everything else like just goes to hell.
Yes, and I totally agree with that.
So we got to start from the inside out.
Right. And I feel like, let me just say this before we end. I feel like when you look good, you feel good. Mm-hmm. So when you're down and out and you might be depressed, you might have lost somebody and you grieving, or you might have broke up with your boyfriend, or you maybe didn't get that job that you said and you just sad about it. If you get up a little bit earlier and go and take you a hot bubble bath and paint your nails yourself. Maybe you can't afford to go to Family Dollar Tree. They got all kind of makeup and stuff for $1.
Get you,
yes, press
ons is a thing these days.
Yes, make yourself feel good. You know, just it make you feel a little bit better. Take your time and brush your hair and make it nice, and you will be just fine. Thank you for watching pH Balance Podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, Bri.
Thank you for having me, Ray. I love it.
Peace out.
Bye.